Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers review. I am Starscream's Ghost and this is Transformers Beast Wars Basic Class Spittor. Spittor is a poisonous tree frog of some sort, or at least I assume by his exotic coloring and patterns on his skin. Spittor is pretty articulated in his frog mode, ball joints on these front legs, and then multiple joints in these hind legs, ball joint at the hip, at the mid to knee area, and then one more on the bottom of the leg. Quite a reach with those, but not exactly the strongest joints, making it somewhat difficult for him to keep in a frog-like pose. This is about as good as you can get. There's not going to be any leaping or anything going on here. Made mostly of this translucent blue plastic. I haven't had any problems with breakage, and I've had this figure for a few years. Translucent plastic is known to be a little bit more brittle than other plastics, but this one seems to be holding up fine. The only place where I could see it being a problem is on these ball joints on these front legs. I've noticed them becoming a little looser over time with minimal stress marks, but I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily worried about them too much. You can see the jaw opens. Inside there you can see the robot head, which if you want to, there's a button back here on the back of the frog, and you can fire his head like a tongue, like a springing tongue action, which is a cool gimmick for a frog. I just wish that it wasn't. It's robot mode head, but nonetheless, it's kind of cool. As a comparison, here he is with Transformers Beast Wars Basic Class Fusor Terragator. So another Basic Class Beast Wars figure, just from a little bit later on in the line. They look pretty good together. Terragator being a fictional animal, there's no telling how big he actually would have been. So this might be an accurate real-life comparison as well, even though that's not so important. So there you go. Getting that out of there, we'll move on here to Spittor's transformation. Spittor's transformation is pretty simple, but yields pretty good results in my opinion. I like his robot mode a lot. Getting into it, how I like to start, I like to come underneath here and pull down his robot legs, which we're just kind of chilling on the underside, which isn't too bad. Flip the shins around and the feet flat, just so it's a process started. Next thing I like to do, you take the frog head and just bring it down, and just like in G1, where a lot of the cars transformed into robots with just car hoods on the chest, this in Beast Wars it just became animal heads on the chest, which was a very pleasing aesthetic to me personally. Then these front legs hinge back, and I like to flip them around on their ball joints. I like to flip them around on their ball joints to kind of rest on his back. And then the back frog legs hinge up along the side to see. That's what I was talking about. That loose ball joint on that front leg makes me not worried, but it's an annoyance that it comes off too easily. But anyway, you hinge those up on these struts, and just those back legs become the robot's very long arms. And here you have, in robot mode, Transformers Beast Wars Spittor. Excuse me. Spittor is loaded with ball joints and has pretty good balance, which I'm not displaying correctly, but he can pull off all kinds of cool poses, like bowing if I get his ankles flat, or anything that you really desire. He has a lot of really nice articulation, ball joints, shoulders, the same articulation as the back legs of the frog, and then ball joints at the hip, knee, and a hinge at the ankle for the robot mode legs. He still retains that same head launching gimmick as before, if you prefer that look. But the problem is it does limit the robot mode head's articulation to none. He can't do anything with his head. If you wanted to, you can flip his robot or frog mode front legs around as some sort of ornamentation, but really it's just up to your preference. Size comparison real quick with, once again, Fusor's Terragator, both being basic class figures. They're pretty close in stature. I think they look nice together as Predacon brethren. And one more size comparison with Transformers Energon tow line. Alright, that'll about wrap it up for today. Thanks for checking out Transformers Beast Wars Spittor with me, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.